7 things a woman should never do with a man. In a healthy relationship, the bond you share with your partner is often profound and intimate. You confide in each other, cherish each other's opinions, and prioritize each other's happiness. But as the connection deepens, it can sometimes blur the lines of self-identity and personal boundaries. Have you ever wondered how much of yourself you might be giving up to keep the peace or make your partner happy? What if in your quest for love, you unintentionally compromise your self-respect or independence? In this video, we'll explore 7 crucial things you should never do in a relationship, regardless of how strong your bond is or how many years you've been together. Whether you've been together for a few months or a decade, these reminders are essential for nurturing a balanced and fulfilling partnership. Love can indeed be powerful and transformative, but it must never come at the expense of your individuality or well-being. By recognizing and adhering to these important principles, you can safeguard your happiness and ensure that your relationship thrives without diminishing your true self. So, let's dive in and uncover these vital insights together. 1. Never lose your independence. Independence is the lifeblood of a healthy relationship, yet many women find themselves sacrificing it without even realizing it. Think about this: how often do you prioritize your own needs and desires over the relationship? When love is new, it's easy to get swept away in the excitement and intimacy, but as time goes on, do you notice your own identity fading into the background? Consider the gradual erosion of independence. It might start with small compromises, skipping out on a night out with friends or foregoing a hobby you love because your partner isn't interested. But where does this lead? Are you truly happy when you abandon your interests for the sake of maintaining harmony? Independence allows you to remain true to yourself, giving you the space to grow and explore. It enhances your ability to engage with your partner on a deeper level. If you feel pressured to conform to your partner's lifestyle or preferences, you risk losing the very essence of who you are. Reflect on this: if your partner demands that you change for them, are they truly supportive, or are they trying to mold you into someone you're not? Imagine wanting to attend a gathering with friends, but hesitating because you fear it might upset your partner. How many times have you chosen to stay in instead of pursuing something that brings you joy? This can create a toxic cycle where you suppress your desires to keep the peace, leading to resentment and discontent. Ask yourself, how do you maintain your interests and friendships in the face of a relationship? Are you comfortable voicing your need for personal time? If you find yourself in a situation where your partner is stifling your independence, it's a wake-up call. True love should encourage you to flourish, not confine you. So, how can you reclaim your autonomy? Start by setting boundaries. Independence isn't just a luxury, it's a fundamental aspect of a balanced relationship. It ensures that you retain your individuality, which, in turn, enriches the partnership. So, consider this: are you willing to lose yourself for the sake of love, or will you fight to maintain your unique identity? By prioritizing your independence, you not only cultivate a healthier relationship, but you also pave the way for deeper connections built on mutual respect and admiration. Remember, a relationship should complement your life, not consume it. What steps will you take today to ensure that your independence remains intact? 2. Never suppress your opinions. Your voice is an essential part of who you are, so why would you ever let it be silenced? In a healthy relationship, open and honest communication isn't just important, it's vital. Yet, how many times have you held back your thoughts or feelings to avoid conflict or keep the peace? Think about it. When was the last time you felt your opinion was genuinely valued? Suppressing your opinions can create a toxic dynamic where you start to feel overlooked and undervalued. Imagine this: you're discussing future plans with your partner, and you have a strong desire to pursue a career opportunity in your current city. But every time you voice this, your partner brushes it off, insisting on moving somewhere else for their reasons. Over time, you may begin to silence your thoughts altogether, convincing yourself that keeping the peace is more important than expressing your needs. But at what cost? When you continuously suppress your opinions, you risk creating a relationship where resentment builds and disconnect grows. This isn't just about disagreements, it's about feeling heard and respected. If your partner dismisses your thoughts, it's a warning sign. Are you really in a partnership, or is this a one-sided dynamic? Let's dig deeper. How do you express your views? Do you find yourself hesitating to share ideas, fearing they will be met with resistance? The reality is that a loving partner should welcome your insights and engage in meaningful discussions. Ask yourself, how does it feel when your opinions are dismissed? Does it lead to feelings of frustration, or even isolation? Consider a scenario where you have a desire to explore a new hobby, but every time you mention it, your partner ridicules the idea. This dismissive attitude isn't just hurtful, it stifles your personal growth and self-expression. It's important to remember that your opinions matter and deserve respect. So, how can you cultivate an environment where your voice is valued? Start by asserting yourself in small ways. Share your thoughts in casual conversations and gradually express your needs more openly. Communicate to your partner that your opinions are essential to the health of the relationship. If they truly care about you, they will appreciate your honesty and engage with you in open dialogue. Ultimately, a relationship thrives on mutual respect and understanding. So, ask yourself this: are you truly being heard, or are you stifling your voice for the sake of harmony? Embrace your individuality, and don't shy away from sharing your opinions. After all, a strong relationship is built on a foundation of open communication where both partners feel empowered to express themselves. What changes will you make to ensure your voice is always part of the conversation? 3. Never change yourself to please him. Have you ever felt the urge to alter who you are just to fit someone else's expectations? It's a common trap that many women fall into, often believing that changing their appearance, interests, or even their values will create a stronger bond in a relationship. But what happens when you start reshaping your identity for someone else's comfort? Are you truly becoming a better version of yourself, or are you merely losing pieces of your authentic self? Consider this: every quality, quirk, and passion you have contributes to your unique identity. These traits are what make you interesting and vibrant. So, when you start to compromise those aspects for a partner's approval, what are you really sacrificing? Let's say you love wearing vibrant, body-covering dresses, but your partner insists that you should wear more revealing outfits to please him. At first, it might seem like a small concession, but over time, it can lead to discomfort, insecurity, and resentment. Why should your self-expression hinge on someone else's preferences? This leads to a critical question: how do you feel when you alter your lifestyle to accommodate someone else's desires? Are you genuinely happy, or do you feel a gnawing sense of loss? If you find yourself constantly compromising your interests or changing your behavior to make someone else happy, it's time for a serious reevaluation. Are you in a partnership that celebrates who you are, or are you merely playing a role to maintain the relationship? In a healthy relationship, a loving partner will appreciate you for your authentic self, flaws and all. They won't pressure you to conform to their ideals; instead, they will encourage you to embrace your individuality. So, ask yourself: is your partner someone who celebrates your uniqueness, or do they subtly push you to be someone you're not? To maintain your identity, it's essential to set boundaries around the aspects of yourself that matter most. Practice self-acceptance and surround yourself with friends who celebrate you as you are. Engage in activities that ignite your passion, and don't be afraid to express your preferences and opinions. This self-awareness can serve as a powerful reminder that your happiness should never be secondary to someone else's comfort. Ultimately, remember this: a relationship should enhance your life, not diminish it. Are you willing to let go of parts of yourself for the sake of someone else's happiness? Reflect on what you bring to the table and remind yourself that being authentic is a form of strength. What steps will you take to ensure that you remain true to yourself, no matter the circumstances? 4. Never tolerate disrespect. How do you define respect in a relationship? Is it simply the absence of outright rudeness, or does it encompass a deeper level of care and consideration? Tolerance for disrespect can creep into relationships so subtly that you might not even realize it's happening until it's too late. Are you ignoring small instances of disrespect, hoping they'll change, or are you standing up for yourself? Disrespect can manifest in many ways: verbal, emotional, and even physical. Think about the last time your partner made a dismissive comment about your opinions or criticized you in front of friends. Did you brush it off as a joke, or did it sting more than you wanted to admit? Small disrespectful actions can snowball into a toxic dynamic where your self-esteem is continually undermined. What would you do if you noticed a pattern? For instance, if your partner frequently belittles your achievements or finds fault in everything you do, how would that affect your sense of self-worth? Would you still feel motivated to pursue your passions, or would self-doubt begin to take hold? Emotional manipulation and gaslighting are also forms of disrespect that can seriously impact your mental health. Have you ever felt like your feelings were invalidated, or that you were questioning your own perceptions because your partner twisted the narrative? These actions can leave you feeling isolated and confused, robbing you of your sense of reality. Setting boundaries is crucial. It's essential to communicate to your partner what behaviors you find unacceptable. If they truly respect you, they will understand and make an effort to change. But if your partner dismisses your feelings or continues disrespectful behavior, it might be time to reassess the relationship. Ask yourself, is this the kind of relationship that uplifts and empowers you, or does it leave you feeling diminished? Remember, you deserve to be treated with kindness and respect. Don't let fear of conflict keep you silent. Advocate for yourself and make it clear that you will not tolerate disrespect in any form. Ultimately, a healthy relationship should be a partnership built on mutual respect. So, what will you do to protect your self-worth and set the standards you deserve? Reflect on the dynamics in your relationship and make sure you're not compromising your values for the sake of maintaining a connection. 5. Never abandon your goals and dreams. What are your dreams? Have you ever felt that pursuing them took a backseat once you entered a relationship? It's easy to get swept up in the whirlwind of love and companionship, but sacrificing your aspirations can lead to long-term dissatisfaction and regret. How do you feel when you think about your goals? Are they a source of motivation, or have they become an afterthought? In a healthy partnership, both individuals should actively support each other's ambitions. Yet, how often do we see one partner sidelining their goals in favor of the others? Picture this scenario: you've always dreamed of advancing your career or pursuing a specific passion, but as your relationship progresses, those dreams start to fade into the background. Perhaps your partner's needs or ambitions dominate your discussions, leaving little room for your aspirations. Are you truly happy in this arrangement, or do you feel a nagging sense of unfulfillment? Consider how abandoning your goals impacts your self-identity. When you sacrifice your ambitions, you may feel like you're compromising your essence. Are you willing to let go of your vision for the future just to maintain harmony in your relationship? This can create a dangerous cycle of resentment and frustration. You may find yourself feeling trapped, wondering how you got to this point. Moreover, think about what it means to be in a relationship that encourages personal growth. Do you have a partner who cheers you on and wants to see you succeed? Or do you feel pressured to prioritize their desires over your own? A loving partner should recognize that your dreams are a vital part of who you are, and they should motivate you to achieve them rather than hinder you. Reflect on this: if your relationship requires you to give up your aspirations, is it truly worth it? Your dreams are a significant aspect of your identity, and you deserve a partner who supports you in realizing them. Set aside time to revisit your goals, reassess your priorities, and ensure you're not sacrificing your future for someone else's comfort. Are you willing to take the steps necessary to protect your dreams and ensure they remain a priority in your life? 6. Never ignore red flags. What are red flags, and why do we often overlook them? In relationships, these warning signs can indicate deeper issues that could jeopardize your well-being. But how often do we convince ourselves that they are mere quirks or misunderstandings, only to regret it later? Have you ever found yourself justifying a partner's questionable behavior, thinking it will change with time? Red flags can range from minor dismissive comments to more serious issues like dishonesty, jealousy, or emotional manipulation. For instance, if your partner frequently interrupts you or dismisses your feelings, are you noting how that impacts your self-esteem? Do you find yourself brushing off these moments to avoid confrontation? This can lead to a toxic dynamic where your needs are consistently overlooked. Take a moment to reflect. How do you feel when you notice a partner exhibiting jealousy or controlling behavior? These traits can escalate quickly and often indicate deeper insecurities. Ask yourself, are you willing to overlook these behaviors for the sake of love? Ignoring red flags can lead you down a path of emotional turmoil, making it essential to address them early on. It's crucial to recognize that leaving a relationship due to red flags is not a sign of failure. It's an act of self-protection. Have you ever felt guilty for considering ending things over a partner's behavior? Remember, prioritizing your emotional and mental health should always come first. In a supportive relationship, both partners should feel safe to express their concerns and address issues without fear. So, what steps will you take to recognize and address red flags in your relationship? Don't let fear or insecurity silence your instincts. Your happiness matters, and acknowledging these signs can help you maintain a healthy, fulfilling partnership. 7. Never stay silent about your needs. How often do you voice your needs and desires in your relationship? Are you comfortable expressing what makes you happy, or do you find yourself holding back to keep the peace? Staying silent about your needs can create an unhealthy dynamic where one partner's needs overshadow the others. Have you ever felt like you're compromising your happiness for someone else's comfort? In a loving relationship, Communication should flow freely. Your partner should be interested in understanding what brings you joy and fulfillment. But when you suppress your needs, frustration and resentment can build up. Ask yourself, how does it feel when you choose not to speak up? Are you truly satisfied? Or do you feel a creeping sense of dissatisfaction? Consider this: if you desire to go out with friends, but your partner pressures you to stay in, how does that impact your happiness? Staying silent can lead to feelings of isolation, and it can create a power imbalance where your partner's preferences dominate. Reflect on how that affects your self-worth. Are you willing to let go of your needs to maintain harmony, or will you prioritize your happiness? It's essential to advocate for yourself and communicate your needs clearly. A loving partner will appreciate your honesty and work with you to find compromises. So, what will you do to ensure your voice is heard in the relationship? Remember, you deserve to be happy and fulfilled. In the end, a healthy relationship should uplift you, not diminish you. Are you ready to embrace your needs and advocate for your happiness? Set clear boundaries, communicate openly, and remember, your well-being should never be an afterthought. You are worthy of love, respect, and support. Don't settle for anything less.